Today we open with the dog. He is keeping me company today as I teach. Good morning. Hope you are all doing well. Um, so we are getting closer and closer to the end, guys. I hope that your quarantine is holding up okay and that everybody is safe and healthy. I'm going to talk about a couple of things today. I want to talk to you about naysayers and the role that they should play in your paper, and then we're going to talk about reflections. Okay. Um, in your paper, the idea of planting a naysayer is bringing in somebody who objects to your argument, and this is a process that can be complicated in some ways, but lends so much credence to the work that you do. And it's important for a variety of reasons. One, bringing a naysayer in shows your confidence in your own argument. Okay? It shows that you're not afraid to take on the issue and to deal with potential objections to what you're saying. Because the fact is, if you have a legitimate argument, that means that you have to have something to argue against. If you're playing a game, playing it without any opposition is really pointless. So this is why when I talk about creating a thesis statement, we say we have to make the thesis statement arguable. There has to be somebody who is objecting, who is saying no, who is going against you. And the same thing, and within your paper, you have to bring that to light to show how somebody is objecting, not just some people are saying. Be specific, okay? When you bring your naysayers in, have a specific individual or group of people. If you're bringing in an individual, have that individual be representative of a larger group so that it's not just some random person. So if you're bringing in, for example, if you're talking about vaccinations, bringing in a paper by somebody who is an anti-vax person as a representative of the larger movement, okay? You don't want to bring in somebody who's off on the fringe of the argument, okay? You want to bring in somebody that is representative of the usual objections that you see. You want to take, one of the ways to do this is to try to put yourself, even as much as you disagree with them, okay, and you're probably going to disagree with them strongly, try to put yourself in that person's shoes and understand the position they're coming from. You don't have to agree with it, but you do need to understand it. So don't mock the opposition, right? Don't belittle them. Take the argument apart, okay? Break down the argument, win the fight. But if you start mocking them or belittling them, what you end up with is your viewpoint being cast in doubt because you're bringing this emotional perspective into it that's, you may not overtly say it, but it's clear through your tone how you're viewing it, and that actually ends up undermining your own ethos. You can't just say they're wrong. You have to break down the reasons why they're wrong. You can't say everybody, also don't say things like everybody knows or it's clear that, no, you have to make the actual argument, okay? So use your naysayer to build up your own ethos by establishing your credibility, by establishing the strength of your argument, by showing precisely who your opposition is, and by showing your understanding of the opposition, as opposed to just saying, well, these people object and they're wrong. By showing an understanding of their position and then taking it apart, it makes your argument tremendously, tremendously stronger. Now, one of the things that we're going to take a look at later this term, and will be part of one of your final assignments, is going to be a reflection. And so I want to talk to you for a few minutes about reflective papers and how they work. if we think about a reflection, right? Not a reflective paper, but what a reflection is. A reflection is something that shows you yourself, okay? And too often we go through life in a state of reactivity. Okay, something happens and we respond to it. But we do so without really thinking about it and taking a look at it. Why do we look in mirrors? What purpose do mirrors serve in our lives? Well, we look in a mirror in order to see ourselves and come to a better understanding of who and what we are. We look in a mirror to brush our hair sometimes, right? Put makeup on, take care of the eyebrows, right? See, oh, hey, I got a little thing right here, okay? And then we correct it. We make it better. We improve on it. And this is the purpose of reflection when you're writing, is to take a look back at yourself and to look at who you are and what you've done and how you ended up with your current state, so that you can improve on it in the future. And so we're at some point later this term, I'll post the assignment later on. I'm going to have you write a reflective paper, okay? Because I want you to understand. I want you to look at how your writing and how your experience in this course has hopefully allowed you to become better in some way. A better writer, better at analyzing things, better at looking at life, better at looking at situations, better in being able to argue things and how that happens. This will be the last lecture for the term. I will post for next week what my expectations are going to be for you. Look, I have tremendously enjoyed teaching you, helping you, working with you. I've appreciated your strength and endurance through this crisis, and I cannot wait, I mean this, I cannot wait to see you all again in the fall. Have a beautiful day, guys. Love you.